Hello and welcome to today's new membership orientation. We are going to start by looking at Easy Speak and how to sign in for meeting roles. Then we will go on to look at Basecamp and how to complete your project. And there's some other areas on the website on toastmasters.org, like Club Central. We will look at that. We're going to look at how to connect with the VP of Education to complete your levels, because the VP of Education has to authorize each time that you submit a completion for a project or for a level. And those who don't have a mentor, we're going to assign, and who need one, we're going to assign you a mentor. So Easy Speak, Basecamp, Club Central, completing a level, and a mentor. That's today's content. Let's start out with logging into Easy Speak. So this is Easy Speak. Now, there are 3 Easy Speaks. There's one for the United Kingdom, there's one for Central Europe, and then there's one for everyone else in the world. The one we use is one for the entire world. If you don't have a username ID for Easy Speak, we can create one for you. So if we don't have one, just contact me and I will set you up. All right, so let's log into Easy Speak. Just to double check, everyone can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, there are a whole number of drop-down menus in Easy Speak. Our objective here is to just get to, if you're already assigned a user account, you should be connected to Club ToastEd and any other clubs that you belong to that use Easy Speak. Not every Toastmaster club uses Easy Speak. Some clubs use what's called ToastMost. And this is what ToastMost looks like. ToastMost is built as just a website. Easy Speak is both a website and a place to register for meeting roles. And it gives you reports and stuff like that, which ToastMost does not do. Here's another example of ToastMost. You'll see that pretty much the template looks the same or very similar. Here's another ToastMost site. They all look very similar. And here's another ToastMost site. Again, some of them you have to log into, and they usually give you how to contact them, how to meet new members, and so on. But we're not, this is a club that I'm a member of, but we're not using ToastMost, we're using Easy Speak. All right. Once you log into Easy Speak, if you don't see the Club ToastEd in front of you or any other club, your best bet is to go to My Participation and click something like sign up for meetings, for example. Let's see what happens. Now, you'll see that on the far right, I have a whole number of clubs here. You probably will only have one club, Club ToastEd, or any other club that you belong to. I belong to Club ToastEd, Firebirds, and West Hills. All these other clubs are clubs that I have visited online, and I have signed up to be a guest. So that's why they appear on this list. I'm not a member of these clubs at all. All right. So in front of us right here just happens to be the Firebirds Collective Club that I belong to. And we can also look at the same thing for Club ToastEd. Really, this gives you just an outline of who has signed up for roles for the next upcoming meetings. But let's go to Club ToastEd. All right. So this really is just a synopsis of the executive and the list of the executive names and so on and so forth. But what we are really looking for is how to sign up for these roles. So let's click on Club ToastEd one more time. And it takes us to the same place. So let's do the last meeting. Go to meetings, drop down, we'll go to last meeting. This is the last meeting that we had, and who just signed up for this, and these are the roles that have been signed up for. Now, your view of this will be slightly different because I have editing abilities, so you might not have this drop down if all these roles have already been filled and the meeting is complete. And also, this meeting hasn't been closed, so let's close this meeting. And it'll give us a different view. See, here it is. So this is the type of view that you should be able to see. And I can go to all the previous meetings. Here they are. And it lists, who spoke, all the roles that were filled in, and so on. And it also gives us an idea of who attended. And if we have any special guests, Rinku is not a member, but she was a guest, so she appears here as a guest. These were guests that we had at one time, Kyle Merton, Adeline Ling. Usually when we have a keynote speaker, the keynote speaker appears here as a reserve speaker. It just happens to be that we don't call it a keynote in this template. There's different templates to use, and this one just happens to call it reserve speaker. All right. You'll also notice that usually the word of the day is here, and the theme is here as well. And if you click agenda link here, it opens up the agenda in a printed format. And if you want, you can right click and click print. And you can, you can print this as a PDF here if you want. And so on, save it. You can save it to your desktop. When you see the agenda that we have for our meetings, let me try and open one up. Now we have a fancy meeting template that we give you guys. This one is created manually. So Nagalakshmi, our VP of Education, has a file, like a template file with the header here and everything on, and she takes all this stuff in the center. She essentially takes it all from here and she copies and pastes it into this template and prints it out nicely for us. But this template does not come from it doesn't come from printing this like this, So just to let you, in case you're wondering. All right. Now, usually this gives us an online meeting. It says it's an online meeting. Sometimes it used to be that it depends on what template you use, but it used to be that there was actually the link to the meeting would appear. And I think on some older, yeah, it just says meeting online. Sometimes there's a meeting link, a Zoom link here. In this case, it's not here. We should put it in. So some people might forget the link. They can always log into EasySpeak and they should be able to find it there. This just says the default location. Now, we don't have a meeting set up for, when's our next meeting? Our next meeting will be December 3rd. We don't have one set up, but I can set one up pretty quickly here. Now, this is stuff that you guys wouldn't be doing. This is what the administrator would do, like the VP of Education or myself. The next meeting is the 3rd of December. December 3rd. And there's different templates that we can use. We're just going to use the default one for now, and that's fine. Okay, so If you were to come in here, let's see, 4 speakers. Yeah. If you were to come in here to sign up for an event, what you could do is you could check off that you will attend. You can check off Y here, or you can click this green button up here. It does the same thing. So now it says I'm attending, Y here. It's always good to do this because then we have an idea of whether or not you will show up for the meeting. If you can't, then at least we know how many people will be attending and who can, who we have available for the roles. These are all the people in the club. And these are the roles you can choose. We've set it up for 4 speakers. So you could pick an evaluator role, you could pick a grammarian role, and so on. And once you pick the role, just click Save. And it should save your name here. And you'll see that there is a button here that you can click. And you should be able to click Save again. Now, again, this is an administrative view. You probably won't have this view. So what it should show for you is, let's say I'm going to take evaluator role. I'm going to put my own name. It will show differently for me. Click Save. This is what you will see for you. You're going to see a green button here, and you just have to accept. And now your name is set up. So if you've signed up for a role and you decide the day before the meeting that you can't take the role, just come in here and click I decline. And it'll ask you, you're declining the role, but are you still going to attend the meeting or not? Okay, maybe you can't attend the meeting. Just say I can't attend. And what it does now is it's now put an X here and it's put an X here. So we know that you're not going to attend the meeting, which is perfect because that gives us a better idea of who else we have left to take on different roles. Now, if you don't come into EasySpeak to do this on your own, the best thing is to send a WhatsApp message to Nagalakshmi and say, I can attend the meeting, or I can't attend the meeting, or I can take this role or not. We send a message out in WhatsApp, usually a week or 2 before a meeting, and you can sign up for it on WhatsApp. And then Nagalakshmi will come here and enter your name manually. So there's 2 options. You can use EasySpeak, or you can put your name down on WhatsApp, or you can send Nagalakshmi a private message. All right, so that pretty much is EasySpeak. That's all you have to do to sign up for a role. But there's other things you can do as well. If you want to visit a bunch of online meetings, you can go to Meetings, drop down All Online Meetings, and there's a list of meetings that are taking place today, right here. And you can click on any of these to go and visit them. So this is my time. This is Mountain Time in Canada. So you could click on Netizens, for example. And it says it's an online meeting, and here's the meeting link. It's going to take place at 1700 hours Europe time. It's on November 20th. You can click the meeting link, and what do you know? You could enter their meeting. Not all of these online, oops, uh-oh, what have I done here? Oh dear. Not all of these have the Zoom link already set up. So you could go to some clubs, you could see what time they are at, but look, this one doesn't have a link. So you can't just automatically join the meeting. And this is how I have visited many clubs around the world. I've just gone into EasySpeak and I've looked for their Zoom link and I know the time and I just attend, But I've done it over a long period of time, right? All right, so that's one. You could also look at different days here. If you want to go to November 30th, it'll show you all the club meetings for November 30th around the world. But this doesn't include the United Kingdom, and it doesn't include Europe. It just includes everywhere else around the world. I should also note, like I said, there's two different types of Easy Speaks. Here it is, Britain and Ireland. This is the link right here. And then there's mainland Europe. Here's the link here. They're the same Easy Speak. They're just, they look the same, but they're different Easy Speaks, right? And it's the same thing, but you have to have, if you wanted to look at different clubs around the world, like we're doing now, you have to actually, you can do that, but you actually physically have to have a user account. So you'd have to create a user account on your own, which you can do. It's just that you won't be part of any of the clubs in the UK. So there's certain things you won't be able to see, and that's fine. All right, so we covered how to sign up for meetings. We covered up how to visit other clubs. Let's look at a few reports, some statistics. All right. If you scroll down, you'll see on the left navigation bar, there's a whole bunch of these drop-down menus here. Let's go to role history. This keeps track of all the roles that you have signed up for. So, a speaker. Assad has been a speaker once. He's been two times he's been an evaluator. He's never been a general evaluator. He's been a grammarian. He hasn't been a table topic master or an counter. We don't have counter roles. We don't have humor. I think this is humor. We don't have that role. He's signed up for a sergeant at arms 6 times. Let's see, Santilrajan here. And you've signed up for what? 1, 2, 3 roles. What are those? Those are timer. You've been the timer. You've been a sergeant at arms. And you've been a grammarian. Now, the problem with looking at this is that it only keeps track of a certain number of roles, like 10 times or something. And then what it does, if there's like the 11th time, it drops the first one and puts in the last one. So you always have 10 or 15 or whatever it is here. So you're not going to see all the roles from the last year. You're just going to see the last 10 roles or the last 15 roles that you've done. So it's not completely accurate. Let's go to member statistics again and look at pathways chart. And this gives you an idea of where you are in your path. So let's look at Gilda. Here's Gilda Schla. So Gilda has not signed up for a path. Some people haven't. Flossie is not a member anymore, but she hasn't signed up for a path. Dipti has completed strategic relationships. That's what all these check marks are. So all these check marks say that she's completed. And she's sort of doing engaging humor. The blue dots indicate the speeches that you have yet to complete. But some people like Christopher, he's a DTM, he's completed at least the 2 paths, which is what you need to be a DTM, but they don't appear here because Christopher was a member of another club. So maybe the other club he was part of uses Easy Speak, and maybe the his path has been checked off in that Easy Speak, not this one. Santilrajan has not signed up for a path yet. So we're going to go through how to sign up for a path in a few minutes. Every time you do a speech here, every time you sign up for a speech in Easy Speak, once you finish that speech, a check mark will appear here. So Roshan has completed one speech on May the 28th. And she's also completed another speech on September 3rd. And this yellow thing indicates that she's booked for a speech on November the 20th. Now, November 20th is today. We don't have a meeting today. True. But Roshan is signed up in another club to do a speech, which you can do. And that club also uses EasySpeak. So if I want to click, I can click on these. And this tells me that on September 3rd, Roshan gave a speech. Let me go back. This one on November 20th, she's going to give a speech at Firebirds Collective Club. That's another club that I'm a member of. So later on today, Roshan will do a speech at Firebirds Club at 6:30 London time, which is good. I am also general evaluator for that meeting. All right. Now, you'll see here, it looks like, oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a whole bunch of these. Each of these sections indicates this is level 3, this is level 2, this is level 1. Each of these columns represent a level in your path. These are just blue dots because each path has a compulsory speech and optional speeches. So in level 3, there's one compulsory speech and there's 2 optional speeches. But there's something like 10 or 15 different options. There's many of them. And that's what all these blue dots indicate. They indicate the compulsory speech and all the options you have. It doesn't mean you have to do these 10 speeches. It just means you have to do the one compulsory speech and the 2 optional speeches. Once you complete these speeches, like here, once you complete all 3 of them, then all the other blue dots go away. So in my case, or in Dipti's case, she's completed her 3 requirements for level 3. And that's fine. It just shows the 3 check marks. Now, the reason why there's different colors here, different shades of green, there's a legend here, and it just says you completed a speech as dark green, you completed it in the last 6 months, light green, you're scheduling, this is a clock, and you've requested it, there might be a question mark. When you request a speech, and we'll go through this, when you request a speech in EasySpeak, it has to be approved. But before it's approved, you're going to see this little question mark here. And it has to be approved by the VP of Education. So let's go through and sign up for a speech. When you sign up for a speech here, there's a few different ways to do it. You could do it here by clicking request a speech, and you could pick your name. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is on the left navigation bar, you can click request a speech right here. So we'll click that, and this thing pops up. The title of your speech. You don't have to type anything here. You just need to put the title here. Go to the workbook and select which workbook you're going to be doing. Usually, if you're on one path, there's one workbook. But in my case, well, I've selected different ones. So let's check leadership development. These are all the optional speeches that you can see in this path, leadership development. Oh, maybe I'm going to sign up for level 1 evaluation and feedback. It's a 5 to 7 minute speech. I'm going to click that. That's all you have to do. Then let's go to the preferred dates. And these are the different dates that we have. but let's select December 3rd. What this says, first, second, third, it doesn't mean I'm going to be a first speaker or a second speaker or a third speaker. It means this is my first choice, my second choice, and my third choice. Because you might decide to schedule at different times. You might say, I want to be able to speak on December 3rd, but if that's not available, my second choice will be December 10th. All right, so we've selected the level, we've selected the type of speech we're going to do. We've typed in the name of the speech. If you don't have a name, that's fine. If you haven't figured out the name, you can say to be determined. That's fine. And you've selected the date that you want to speak on. Then click Save. Now, this message goes to the VP of Education. There's an email that gets sent out, and it says, Marcus Udikang has signed up for a speech for December 3rd. Now, Nagalashmi has to come in here and approve it. It's a rainy day. My first choice is December 3rd. There's the question mark. Now, if we go back to that day, nothing really appears here yet. And the reason why is because it hasn't been approved yet by Nagalashmi. I think I can approve speeches as well. No, I don't. I can't. Yeah, I don't have the authority to do it. So Nagalashmi has to come in and approve this. Okay. So that's usually the process for signing up for a speech. Let me see what happens when I do it this way. I could probably pick someone. Let's pick Gilda.
Yeah, and I have a question for you after you.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, I have not, because I started my path with another club, so really you don't see anything here. So what do? I just come here and
Once you sign up for okay, so what path are you doing now in the other club?
presentation mastery.
Okay, so let's go and let's add you right now for presentation mastery. That would be a perfect example. Now, just so I don't confuse you, Gilda, this Easy Speak is, because this is a volunteer organization, Easy Speak was built by a volunteer group. It's managed by a volunteer group. It has nothing to do with the official paths, the official recordings of your paths. This is just for the club to see. Officially, you have to go through toastmaster.org, which we're going to do in an area called Basecamp.
Yeah.
Basecamp and Easy Speak are two different applications. They don't talk to one another. And if you put something in Basecamp, and if you said I've completed a speech in Basecamp, it will not show up in Easy Speak. So what's really important is that everything that has been started or finished needs to be in Basecamp, 100%. You don't have to put it in Easy Speak. But it's nice to be in Easy Speak so that we can all see, or you can see your path, other people can see other people's path, and so on. But Easy Speak really has nothing to do with whether you started or finished the path officially. It's just there for us to view. So I hope that makes sense. So I'm gonna add your path to Easy Speak, but I can't touch anything that's in Basecamp. Only you can see that. So we're gonna go through Basecamp in a bit. All right. So let's just now what's the name of your path again?
Presentation mastery.
And you're on the, I think you're on the newer system, right? The newer system means there's 5 speeches on level 1. The older system was only 4 speeches on level 1.
No, I think I started with the old one, which is 4 speeches.
Okay, so that's this.
Yeah, I'm doing 4 and 5. I'm going back and forth, level 4 and 5.
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I'm going to add you to this. We're just going through pretending like you're adding up. You're signing up for a speech. Okay. Whether you've done this or not doesn't matter. We'll just check mark. We can always delete this later. All right. So first speaker, save. Okay. Now, because I've added you, we'll just go through this. Because I've now added you to this, you're going to show up on that statistics page. Pathways chart. Gilda now appears, presentation mastery. I'm going to delete this one, but this is how your path appears. You just have to sign up for a speech and it'll just show up. In fact, you could go up here. You could just select start a new workbook, engaging humor. I don't even have to put a title or a date. I can just press save. Maybe I do have to put a date. Okay. Maybe I do have to put one. Now, look what happened. Engaging humor got added here. So if you go and add, if you try, you could, like I've added all these here, but you know, I'm not in them. I just wanted them to be here in case one day I decide to sign up for a path. But now I need to be able to take this away because I'm not really doing engaging humor. So how do I delete this? There's a way to do it. I forgot which way to do it. Oh yeah, I have to go back into pathways chart. Let me go to request a speech. Let me look at my workbook. Oh yeah, I have to come in here and just delete it here. There, it's gone. I can click save. In fact, I don't even have to save. And here I am engaging humor. I'm going to refresh my page. And now it's gone. Engaging humor is now gone. So we've added you up for presentation mastery. I'm going to delete this speech request for you. Let's go back to ToastEd.
Question. I have a question.
Yeah, I'm just going to delete this here.
Yeah.
So now it's gone. Okay. Yep.
So you added me. Okay, but okay, and it's gonna show the speeches that I'm gonna sign myself in for. Futuristic, right? But the speeches and the levels I completed will not show here, right?
If you're in a club that doesn't use EasySpeak,
yeah,
use the worldwide EasySpeak, yes, then it will never show here.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
And that's why this page is deceptive, because let's take, for example, Sweta, who was a member. All these blue dots indicate that she didn't complete the path, but she did because she's part of another club. And she did complete them all, right? So they just don't show here. So that's the confusing part about this. Let's just assume that these green dots mean that in the club you're in, you completed those speeches in EasySpeak.
Yeah, okay. And that's not a very important thing to do. Like, we don't have to go here and...
You don't have to, no. But I like to do it because I can see there's all sorts of fancy little reports here that can give you some statistics. Let's see. Usually there's one that says, Oh yeah, view my speech progress, participation.
Mhm.
And now this shows me some of the paths that I've completed, some of the paths that I'm in. It also gives me a list for dynamic leadership. These are all the speeches I completed, what day I completed them, who evaluated them. This is for effective coaching. So for me, for my records, or for you, or for Santilrajan, you might decide you just want to see what your progress is like. And this tells you everything, right?
Yeah, but
Okay, so
Basecamp shows you all this as well.
Basecamp shows it to you in a slightly different way, but yes, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's pretty much easy speak. Signing up for a role, signing up for a speaker, signing up for a path. It's all here. Now, Santilrajan, you haven't signed up for a path. Do you know what path you might want to do? I don't know if you've seen, there's 11 choices, 11 different paths you can choose. And let's just quickly. So these are the 5 levels for each person, and this is what each level gives you. This is dynamic leadership. Let me see if there have been changes on this website. So these are all the different paths that you can choose from, Santilrajan. And I will give you this in the chat. That's the link. And you can take a look at each one to decide what you want to do. If you click on each one, it just gives you a breakdown. Usually level 1 has 5 speeches, level 2 has 2, level 3 has 3 speeches. Level 4, I think they have two speeches in level 4, and I think there's maybe 3 in level 5. But altogether, I think you have about 17 speeches to complete all the levels. So that gives you could do them, you could take as long as you want. You could take 5 years, you could take 1 year. I think the shortest period I've heard of is a year. I took, when I first joined, to finish my level 1 took me 6 months to do. The older system was 4 speeches. Well, that's fine. You can do 1 speech each month, 12 speeches in a year and a half, you could do the entire level. And it's strictly optional. You don't have to do this, but because we're all about public speaking, this is where you learn it, and you learn it through practicing. So, all right. Now, there's also, if you want to go deeper into understanding what each of these speeches are, all right. So this is a really good website from District 4, and they describe in very much detail. These are all the 11 paths you can take, and these are each level describing all the projects and what's involved in each one. These are the compulsory projects, and these are all the electives. And each one describes what the purpose is, a quick overview, the length of the speech, and so on. So I will give you guys this link. This is for dynamic leadership. You can go to effective coaching, engaging humor, and so on. So I'll give you this link. I'll put it in the chat, and you can take a look. So you've got 2 things, Santilrajan. You can look at the path levels here. Oh, this is path, projects and paths. You can look at all these. And if you want a deeper explanation, you can go to this one and look for dynamic leadership, for example, level 1. These are the 2 speeches involved, the 2 compulsory. And these are the electives. So you choose one of these and you can go through each one to see. Now, this is probably the best and easiest way to look at each level and to look at each speech. Anything else you can Google might confuse you. So just stay with these two web pages and they update regularly. So just this one and this one, that's it. That's all you need. All right, so I think we've pretty much done this. I'm gonna delete this stuff. Yeah, these were all my test things I've done. I'm now gonna delete them. Oh, this was another one too. Okay, delete that too. Okay, all right. So I think we've covered how to sign up for a role, how to sign up for a speech, how to look at your statistics so you can see what everyone else's path is. You can even go and attend other clubs around the world if you want to. That's fine. So we've done all that. All right. That's the basics of Easy Speak. That's all you really need to know. I mean, there's a whole bunch of other stuff you can look at, like your profile here. But once you log into the account, your profile should be set up automatically. The only thing you might want to do is add a picture, add a photo of yourself if you want to. Let's see where that is. Oh yeah, it's right here. So you could upload an avatar or upload a photo. It's up to you. Why not? We all want to see your pretty faces. So you can do that as well. All right, let's log out of that and we're done. We're done with this and we're done with me logging into here. And we're done with my calendar. See, I have a busy schedule today, lots of stuff going on. Okay. Now, let's go to toastmaster.org. This is where Basecamp is located. Basecamp is the official record of your path, your pathway journey. All right, log in. Why it's temporarily unavailable. I'm trying to do a training and I can't get in. Oh my God. All right, there's nothing I can show you here. Anyway, we'll have to do this for another day. You know what I'll have to do? I'll have to do a separate video on my own time, maybe later today if it's working. But it says here what? November 20th until 8 a.m. Oh, yeah, so it should be open up in 8 minutes. My time. So all right, later today I'll do a separate video on this one. What this does is there's a way to be able to sign up for each speech, and once you sign up for it, you'll be given a PDF file, and that PDF file will show all this stuff: purpose, overview. It's the same thing, except it's PDF. You can give it to your evaluator to write out your evaluation. And once you've finished that level, it needs to go through an approval process. So you approve it, a message gets sent to the VP of Education, Nagalakshmi, and once she approves that, then you get your certificate for that level. And each level you get a certificate. And when you complete level 5, you'll get a certificate for the entire path that you've completed. So that's pretty much what's in here. It shows you other stuff too, like your profile. You can add your photo and so on. So there's interesting things like that. But that's pretty much it. Just remember that Basecamp is official record of your journey, pathway journey. And Easy Speak is not connected to Basecamp. They're two totally different things. So, do either of you need a mentor or want a mentor? And I'll tell you what the mentor does. The mentor can refresh your memory on this main website on Basecamp. It can also, a mentor can help you with Easy Speak in the beginning. And the mentor can also give you help with your speeches. For example, maybe you've written out your speech, and the mentor can tell you how to tighten up the introduction, tighten up the conclusion, and so on, how to have a good flowing speech. So that's the job of mentor. Your mentor can stay with you for a few weeks or a few months. Usually it's a maximum of 6 months. That should get the ball rolling. Gilda, you've been around for a while. I don't know if you started off with a mentor, but Cynthia Regina is brand new, so you might want to have a mentor.
I had a mentor from day one, except
Okay.
she moved now to a different country, and it's very hard for
Okay.
her and I to meet. So I'm in desperate need
Sure.
for a mentor, actually.
Sure. And by the way, formally, Toastmasters says 6 months, but you're more than welcome if the mentor wants to stick around longer. You know they can do that too.
Okay.
I mean, I've been around for 2 years and I still have a mentor, informally, like in sort of unofficial form. Yeah. So we have a few mentors available. There's Ron McTavish. There's myself. I'm going to see who else is available. We should have at least 5 mentors available. And each mentor usually can take on 1 or 2 mentees. You can meet with your mentor once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever you feel works for you. If you're connected to a mentor and you feel there's that chemistry is just kind of missing, that's fine. Just let us know, myself or the VP of Education, and we can assign you another mentor. No hard feelings. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work out. All right, what else do we have on the list? I think that's it. Yeah. So the VP of Education's email.
Send us the name of all the available mentors.
Yeah, I'm going to double check. I have a mentor list from the beginning of the year, and it's probably changed. We had Christopher Almeida. He was a mentor. I don't know if he still is. Dipti is another option. And maybe Nagalakshmi. I'll have to find out, but I think we have at least 5 of them. Now, I know that a lot of people don't use email these days. They prefer WhatsApp, and that's fine too. But here's the email for Nagalakshmi. And Nagalakshmi Vishkumar. Oh, Gilda popped out. So she is the VP of Education, and there's her email address. So feel free to give her an email or to send her a WhatsApp message. Anything to do with signing up for path speeches or roles, Nagalakshmi will help you out with that. All right, I think we're done.
Yes, I'll ask Nagalakshmi directly. Actually, we both work together in another organization.
Oh, you do? There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Any question? Any last minute questions?
No, I don't think so. Like we have just got started, and I think this is fine. So until I go through the website of Easy Speak, I may not get ideas of what is like. We went through a lot of today, and
Yeah, we went through a lot. Yeah, we did a lot, and it's a good.
I got a bit confused with all those so many topics and all that.
Yeah,
so
I know.
It's
But that's
best that
okay.
I get with. Yes.
I've recorded this session and I'm going to put it on YouTube so you can watch it as many times as you want.
Sure.
it's a good
have
thing
a
I didn't
question.
go through
Yeah.
toastmasters.org through Basecamp, because that would be just even more stuff. So I'll do that video separately another time, and
Okay.
I will post it on YouTube. Yes, Gilda.
You mentioned that you have all the roles on the YouTube of the club YouTube. Where is the club? What's
Okay.
the club
All right,
YouTube?
let me share my screen again. Where's our YouTube channel? YouTube, here we are. Okay, yeah. So this is our YouTube channel. This is the home one. This is the videos. Now, there's a whole bunch of videos here.
Oh, is it in Easy Speak? We could find it there.
No, there's no link. There's just, I'll send you the link in the. Here it
Oh,
is.
okay.
Now, this was the last one we had yesterday, November 19th. This is, we do post the videos of each meeting, but they're private links. So we usually send those links out. I send them out on WhatsApp. But we made an exception this time because Ron McTavish's speech was really good. And I cut out the speech from the big meeting, and that's what is here. So it's only running for 20 minutes. That's his keynote speech. And this was the event that we had with Michael Davis back on the on November 12th. So yeah. So I will post today's meeting on this YouTube channel.
Oh,
Probably
so they're
late
not.
today.
Okay.
Yeah, probably later today. And when I do the toastmasters.org site, once this thing starts working, yeah, I will also post that video on the same YouTube channel. So, all right,
Okay. Thank you.
no problem. The mentor list, I will get that. I'll confirm who's a mentor, and I will send it out on WhatsApp. I can talk to each of you guys individually and assign you guys a mentor as soon as possible.
Okay.
All right, I know I've talked a lot, sorry. Probably put you guys to sleep. But anyway, it's there. I mean, it's taken me a long time to learn all this stuff, so I don't expect you guys to know it yesterday. Give yourself 6 months to get up to speed. It takes a while, so.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you, Marcus. Are we done?
all right, we're good, yeah. All right, folks, thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
All right,
See you
have a
next
great
time.
evening
Bye-bye.
or a great afternoon, wherever you are.
I'm going to have a good night's sleep now.
I know, it's nighttime, very late in India.
Yes.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you very much, everyone. Thank you, Gilda. Thank you, Sadil Rajan. We'll see you
Bye-bye.
at the next meeting.
Sure. Thank
Okay.
you, Marcus, and thank you, Bilda.
Okay,
Have a nice
bye.
day.